my name is Ellen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Count on Me by Bruno Mars on the guitar, so stay tuned if this is something that you'd like to learn. And before we jump into it, I wanted to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Enya Music. I will be using their Nova Go guitar in this tutorial today. This is their travel size carbon fiber guitar, so if you're interested in this, I will make sure to leave my links in the description box down below. So I would definitely consider this song more on the beginner side, although it can be a little bit more intermediate depending on if you want to do some of the picking patterns as well as the bar chords and things like that. But I am going to make sure that I give you a beginner-friendly version as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about our guitar. You will need it to be in standard tuning, and you do not need a capo to play this song in its original key. I have 6 chords to show you today. One of them is a bar chord, which is our F chord, but like I said, I will show you an alternative like fingering that you can use so you don't have to bar any chords, so it makes it a little bit extra more beginner friendly. And then I have one strumming pattern that you can use for the entire song, as well as one picking pattern that you can use if you prefer. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the chords. Alright guys, so I've zoomed in to take a closer look at these chords. Like I said, there are 6 that you're going to need to know, and we're going to start with our C, which looks like this and sounds like this. And if you don't know how to read these chord charts that you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my beginner series, episode 3, so I will link that right here for those of you who need it. Our next chord is our E minor chord. After that is A minor. Then we have G. Then we have D minor. And then the last chord is our F chord. But as promised, if you're a beginner and bar chords are hard for you, you can replace this barred F for an F major 7. And that'll work fine as well for the rest of the song. So go ahead and pause the video, take a few minutes to memorize those chord shapes as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them. It will make learning the rest of the song a lot easier. But once you've done that, we can jump into these strumming patterns. So if you're a beginner at guitar or have trouble singing and playing at the same time, I always suggest you start out with a practice pattern, which as you can see is just a single down strum, and we're going to do that for every chord change you come across in the song. So as an example, let's go ahead and bring up the first verse, and all you want to do is basically sing through the song and practice transitioning those chords as you see them as you sing. So for example, in the first verse, we have, if you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. Alright, so that's just a quick example. You basically want to do this for the entire song and just be really aware of what word you're singing whenever you're transitioning chords, things like that. This is also a great way to kind of figure out the construction of the song. For example, the A minor to G chord transition feels a little bit faster than the rest of them because it's held out not as long. So this is all stuff that you'll find out when you do the single down strum pattern. But once you've done that, we can actually jump into the strumming pattern that I would suggest using for this song. Alright guys, so today's strumming pattern is not too bad. As you can see, it's just down, 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 up, and it's going to sound a little something like this. So basically for most of these chords, you're going to want to repeat this pattern 2 times for each of these chords, except for A minor to G, because as we talked about earlier, that goes a little faster. So in that case, you want to just play through this pattern 1 time. So really quick, let's go ahead and put our C chords down and just play through this pattern a few measures, just so you can get used to the rhythm. So I want you to jump in whenever you feel comfortable. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and awesome! So I know that might have felt a little bit fast, however, this is a pretty simple strumming pattern, so just make sure to pause the video, rewind, and practice with me until you can get it up to tempo. But once you can, all we have to do now is put in some of those chord transitions so that we can play through the song. So again, let's go ahead and bring up the first verse, and as you can see here, we're going to be going from our C to our E minor, so down, 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 up twice on C to E minor, twice. Remember here on A minor to G, we're just playing this pattern through once, so A minor is down, 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 up, switch to G, down, 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 up, switch to F, and we're going to hold it out twice. Down, 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 up twice. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. All right, awesome. And as simple as that is, you can actually use this strumming pattern to apply it to the whole song. So for another example, let's go ahead and bring up the chorus just so you can hear what that sounds like. The pattern is exactly the same. So we're starting on our C, down, 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 up E minor. Remember, here's the quick A minor to G, quick transition there to F. You would just keep on going. So again, this strumming pattern can be applied for the whole song. It sounds really cute and bouncy, just like the original song. So I would totally suggest if you're a beginner to stick right here. You can play through the whole song right now. However, if you are a little bit more adventurous, I do actually prefer to finger pick this song just because it sounds a little closer to the original. So let's go ahead and zoom in so I can show you how to do that. Alright guys, so I've zoomed in so we can take a closer look at this picking pattern. Before we begin, I do just want to let you guys know that I like to number my strings. So my low E is 6 and it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all the way to my high E. And in my head, it just makes more sense to number the strings. So hopefully it does in your head as well. But for the rest of this picking pattern section, I will be referring to these strings as numbers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about our right picking hand. Your thumb is going to want to pick the bass note in every chord. So for example, with our C chord, the bass note or the bottom note that you play is your 5th string. But for example, in the E minor chord, that would be your 6th string, okay? So your thumb is always going to stay on the bass note. And then I want you to take your pointer, your middle, and your ring finger, and we're going to assign these 3 fingers to the bottom 3 strings, okay? So for your G string, your B string, and your high E string, it's going to be pointer, middle, ring accordingly, okay? So basically what we want to do for this picking pattern is we're going to alternate back and forth between our thumb and our other 3 fingers to do bass and then top 3 treble strings, okay? So let's go ahead and just go through each of these chords. On our C chord, the bass note, as we said, is our 5th string, so you're going to want to pick that with your thumb. Then take the other 3 fingers and pick them simultaneously, just like that. All right, so C is going to go 5, 3, 2, 1, all at the same time, and we're going to do this 4 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, awesome. And if you can do that, the rest of these chords will, follow suit. So our E minor chord, you're going to move your thumb from the 5th string to the low E string, the 6th string. But these 3 fingers, remember, are always going to stay on our top or our bottom 3 strings here, the G, B, E. So for E minor, we have 6, 3, 2, 1. And again, you want to do this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. For A minor, we're going to move our thumb back to the 5th string, and it's the same pattern. So we have 5, 3, 2, 1. But again, remember, A minor to G is a quicker chord transition throughout this entire song. So for A minor, you just want to do this twice. 1, 2. Then you go to your G chord. You're going to move your thumb to the 6th bottom string again, and you're going to do this twice. 1, 2. Then we're going to go to our F chord. Now, if you're playing the barred version of F, you want your thumb to be here on the 6th bottom E string, and it's going to be played 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. But if you're opting to do that F major 7 chord instead, your fingers will have to change around to accommodate this. So your thumb's going to be on the 5th A string, and then I want you to scoot your 3 fingers up 1 string each so that they're on the D, G, and B strings, okay? So 4, 3, and 2. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, but again, this only applies if you do not want to do the barred version of F. For the barred version, it's like this. All right, awesome. And with that being said, the last chord we need to know is our D minor chord. So for this one, your thumb's going to move to the 4th D string. Your other 3 fingers are still on the bottom 3 strings, and this is going to follow suit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can use this picking pattern to play through the entire song, and it actually sounds really good, a lot like the original. So let's go ahead and bring up verse 1, and I will show you how you can use this while you do your playthrough. So we're going to start with our C chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, to E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, to A minor, 1, 2, to G, 1, 2, to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. All right. And again, I just want to show you really quick, if you wanted to use this with the chorus as well, it follows the exact same order. So we have, you can count on me. Like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can. All right. And then again, you would repeat that for the entire song. Again, just like with the strumming pattern, you can use this picking pattern for the whole song. It sounds really cute, really bouncy and upbeat like the original song. So basically kind of take stock of where you're at if you want to stick with the beginner strumming patterns, or if you want to do more of this intermediate level picking pattern, you know, pick which one you'd want to do, but that's how we can play through the entire song. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go through our playthrough. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you. 1, 2, ready, go. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. Want to have fun jamming to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description box down below as well as in this iCard right up here. Alright, but I think that does it for my tutorial today, so thank you so much for watching. If it helped you, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below as well as subscribe to my channel, that way you never miss out on any other new tutorials. Another huge thank you goes out to Enya Music for sponsoring this video, as well as a special shout out to all of my top patrons over on my Patreon page. I will have all of their names listed on screen right now. And of course, a thank you goes out to all of my patrons for supporting my channel and making videos just like this one possible. You guys are awesome. Here are my social media sites in case you'd like to follow me on any of those. That's just where I do fun things like behind the scenes looks at things coming up. I'll poll you guys on what you want to learn next, and I'll even do giveaways on there a few times a year, so make sure to check it out. But I think that concludes the video, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope that it helped, and I will see you in my next one coming out really soon.